Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. We are here for grade 10 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using email address and provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 10 math and then click on view all lessons. There you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter angles. Let's just start with the first lesson, that is angle vocabulary. Look at this angle. What is the point, the common point between the two rays? So U is the vertex because U is the common ray for both the U is the common point for both the rays. Let's just start with the test questions. Look at this angle. What is the vertex? That is U. Option number one is the correct option. Option number. Okay, look at this angle. What is the vertex? The vertex U is X. Option number one is the vertex is X. Option number two is the correct option. The vertex is T. Option number one is the correct option. Look at this angle. What is the vertex? That is U. Option number one is the correct option. That is U. Option number one is the correct option. The vertex is V. Option number one is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by your. Let me just move on to next lesson. That is angle measures. Let's just start with the next lesson. What is the measurement of this angle? So we're going to use the, usually this is known, one of the ray must be lined up with a zero. You can see here this line is lined up with the other line. You can measure the angle. So that is, you need to use the outer angles. So that is 150. It is the correct option is 150. Let's just start with the test like 170 degrees. Let's start with the test questions. What is the measurement of the angle? So which is the correct option? So one of the line must be lined up. You can see this is okay. What is the measurement of the angle? So one of the line is lined up with a zero. So the other one you can use to measure the angle. So you have to use them from the outer line, right? So that is 60 degrees. Option number one is the correct option. That is 60 degrees. What is the measurement of the angle? That is 15 degrees. The correct option is 15. Option number one is the correct option. What is the measurement of this angle? That is 40 degrees. Option number one is the correct option. What is the measurement of this angle? So if you can see that one of the line is lined up with a zero. So one of the line is lined up with a zero. So you need to measure the angle from the inner side, right? Because the line that is it is lined up with a zero. Zero is on the inner side, right? So that is 20 degrees. Option number one is the correct option. 20 degree it is. What of this angle? So which is the correct option? That is 110. Option number 1 is the correct option. What is the measurement of the angle? That is 125. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just next lesson. Identify complementary, supplementary, vertical, adjacent, and congruent angles. Let's just start with the lesson. What is an angle that is supplementary to angle EGA? Okay, let me see where is EGA, right? So here you need to make it which angle that makes it complementary. Complementary angles are the one, their sum must be 180 degrees. This is, you need to add this portion, right? That means AG. The correct option is angle E, right? Let's just start with the test questions. W- What is angle that is supplementary to angle EGA? That would be angle DGE. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, now how do I move to the next lesson? Okay, what angle is complementary to angle 6? Complementary angles are the angles. Their sum is 90 degrees, right? So complementary angle to angle 6 is angle 1. What is the angle that makes angle 6 complementary, but the answers are not loading? Actually, I'm waiting for the answers to load. Now, what can I do? It would be angle 1, right? Now, I don't know which is the correct option. Okay, what other than itself, which angle is congruent to angle BEC? Okay, first thing, let's just find BEC, right? So the angle is angle BEC. This is the angle. You need to find congruent angles to angle BCE, but the answers are still not. But how can I do without the options? Let me just take a screenshot of this so that I can. Okay. Hmm. So congruent angles are the angles that have exactly the same measurement, right? So angle BCE and CDE are congruent. But let's just select any of them because I can't see them. Which angle is vertical to angle GHF? Okay, which angle is vertical to angle GHF? So the vertical angle to angle GHF we need to find, right? Okay, let's just see. A vertical angle. Okay, so vertical angle to angle GHF. So this is GHF. We need to find a vertical angle. So the vertical angle is the angle that forms two lines, the angles formed by two intersecting lines, right? So this is the intersection point. The vertical angle is AHG. Now I don't know. No, that is BHA. Option number 2 is the correct option. That is BHA. Other than itself, which angle is congruent to angle? So congruent angle we need to find to angle 1. Here is angle 1. So angle 4 is the congruent because they are the angles that are formed on the intersection of the line and they are exactly equal in measurement. So the angle that is congruent to angle 1 is angle 4. They are the vertical angles because they have the same measure, right? So the congruent angle, angle 1 to angle is angle 4. What is an angle that is adjacent to angle 5? Adjacent angle is two angles are adjacent to angle 5, right? Angle 1 and angle 4. Okay, just 1 minute. Let me just inform the admin about this issue. That is grade 10 math. Chapter is angles. Lesson is identify complementary, supplementary, vertical, adjacent, and congruent angles. Okay, the next lesson will cover in the next session, right? Because we just left with 2 minutes only. So we were working on grade 10 math. Chapter we were working on is angles. The lessons we have covered today are angle vocabulary, angle measures, identify supplementary, complementary, vertical, adjacent, and congruent angles. So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we just did. That is your homework until next session. So any questions you can please ask if you have any. No questions? Okay, then that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye.